global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. The drama in NDDC and the probing is truly never ending. As early hours of the day, Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, who happened to be the executive director of the NDDC in project, had early come this morning, made a video explaining how about 1,000 projects and money's worth over 2 trillion naira was given to the house. He said obviously the Senate president and the Honorable Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila are not in the know of this project, but they have been given this project since 2016 to 2019. Well, Femi Gbajabiamila had initially issued 48 hours ultimatum to Godswill Akpabio, the minister, to bring out the 60% senators whose name makes the list so that they can do the needful. Well, and since 48 hours has elapsed, Femi Gbajabiamila had written to his people and insisted that they would take this matter upward a step further by suing the Minister of Labour, Minister in charge of NDDC. Well, Godswill Akpabio, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has replied the National Assembly, denying, he said, that the lawmakers got 60% of the contract awarded by the Niger Delta Development Commission. Well, the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, who announced the receipt of Akpabio's response, said the minister claimed to have referred to the old contract awarded by the NDDC, which had not been paid for, and some of which are part of the constituency project of the lawmakers. Gbajabiamila said Akpabio's response would be referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges to look at the merits of the minister's argument. The minister's response came after Gbajabiamila said the lawmakers would sue Akpabio for failing to prove that NDDC awarded contracts to them. A lot of us are probably wondering what is really going on. These were the words of Femi Gbajabiamila that caused Godswill Akpabio to look inward and write an open letter to Femi Gbajabiamila. These are his words. He said, "Last Tuesday, I issued a 48 hours ultimatum to the Minister of Niger Delta and to substantiate his allegation that over 60% of contract awarded by Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, went to the members of the National Assembly. I said then that the Honorable Minister owed it to himself and the country to provide evidence to support these very serious allegations. The Honorable Minister has failed to respond to my request. Therefore, I must conclude that his statement intended solely to gaslight the nation to avoid accountability for the evident maladministration and malfeasance in the Niger Delta Development Commission, that's NDDC. I have held every House of Representatives leadership position from minority whip to minority leader of the House, that's majority leader, and now Speaker. I recognize that the House has not always lived up to the high expectations of the Nigerian people. As much as we still have a lot to do in that regard, I refuse to sit here in good conscience and allow anyone to assassinate the character of the House in an attempt to deflate accountability for their conduct in the office." Good, very good. This morning, I asked the Clerk of House of Representatives to engage the services of legal counsel and instruct them to initiate a criminal complaint of perjury against the minister. At the same time, we will instruct our counsel to explore the possibility of a civil defamation suit. The House of Representatives is a public trust placed in our care for the duration of our term in the office. We must prove ourselves worthy of this public trust or risk the censure of history. Therefore, we will resist every attempt to undermine this institution. Very good. Whether such attempts came from within or from outside, the House of Representatives will live up to the highest expectations of the Nigerian people. This is our commitment and we will not fail. And now this is good. This was the statement he made that caused the minister, the Godswill Akpabio, to quickly retract. Will I call it retract? Yes, that he didn't mean that it is in his tenure. He's talking about in the past. He's talking about from 2016 and 2019. He's not talking about the present dispensation, which he has also replied, said, okay, he's going to take the matter to ethics, let them look into it and see if it's worth looking into, if it lacks merit or if it's worth looking into. And that's good, because obviously Nigerians are beginning to react. If you watch the video of where Dr. Cairo Ojougboh, which happened also to be the executive director of projects handling that's in charge of Niger Delta Development Commission, he made a video and explained extensively that between 2016 and 2019, they have awarded 1,000 contracts to the Senate, House of Rep. But to his amazement, he now realized that even the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, is not in the know. The Senate President is also not in the know. That the chairman that was in charge of that committee at this period, was the one taking those contracts in their name, saying that he's going to distribute it to the Senate, which he never did. Okay, but now probably that's the report. I'm just assuming now that probably maybe that's the report that Godswill Akpabio saw that caused him to say they are the beneficiaries, of which Godswill Akpabio have corrected his statement that, look, what I'm saying is I'm still paying. I'm quoting Godswill Akpabio now. Said I'm still paying for the contracts done in the time past, of which it is the people, quote and unquote, those people in the house that are enjoying the benefits. So he isn't referring to his tenure. Now the question now is, if you're not referring to the tenure, that means all this money issue we're talking about is in the past for now. That means at the end of the day, this issue of forensic audit comes to play. The question now is, we can't refute the fact that about 2 trillion is missing. All right, based on what 2 trillion is what was awarded to, based on what Dr. Cairo said, and the fact that they still have not been able to account for those disparities in those NDDC expense accounts. So to me, we are still walking around in circles. But I must say, kudos to the speaker, honorable minister, honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who issued this ultimatum of 48 hours. If not, Nigerians would have assumed, as usual, because our ears have been so much filled. We have assumed that this is now a case of everybody chop at chop. Whilst the minister is saying that this whole thing is why the minister is saying that it's in the past, but we have still not gotten the required conclusion over this matter. But we're getting there. The fact, at least this much has been cleared, that whatever monies Godswill Akpabio is talking about is in the past. But we're looking at the now. We'll still look at the past, but we're looking at the now. What happened to the expenses? But he's claiming that what he has been paying for thus far has still been the project done in the past that have not been paid for. But let's quickly see what Nigerians are saying over this, because Nigerians are taking to their social media. One, they first of all saw a video of where Dr. Cairo was talking about how much was given out, which he didn't lie. Say, according to him, he said he has facts and figures between 2016 and 2019. Fabio is now saying, I'm referring to the past. But let's read the past of Nigeria. This one here is saying Nigerian masses are fools. That's why they're taking us for granted. This one I say, Mr. Akpabio, all liars will go to hell. Oh. This one I say, Akpa don't change mouth. This one here is something Akpabio mentioned on live TV. These people are really playing on our sensibility. This one is waiting they occur now. We don't even understand waiting they happen. I don't know too. This one here is saying Mr. Autocorrect, I dey see you. This one here is saying Godswill Akpabio meant that some members of National Assembly are beneficiaries of NDDC project contract. Of course, he wasn't referring to the whole member of the House, and he wasn't lying because he benefited when he was PDP minority leader of the Senate. How true is this? This is somebody talking. I guess he knows something we don't know here. This one here is saying, but we have this on tape. Okay, which is true. He said we have this on tape. So Behold the common liar. But this one here is saying, but we watched it live. He said so. This one here is saying, ha ha ha, he will soon come to tell us the video was doctored. This country is a huge joke. It's so painful, really, that if this were not caught on camera, if all these statements were not done on camera, one would say it was a fake news. Godswill Akpabio said 60%. I guess maybe he was misunderstood, but now he has come to correct himself. Dr. Cairo came also and said those monies were given to NDDC, which he did a video and brought out document to show. I don't even understand the way they are playing on our sensibility now, but whatever the case may be, I know that at the end of the day, we will get to the conclusion of the whole matter, that something is not right. And I trust that God will give our people wisdom to get it, even if it is inward or outward, like Femi Gbajabiamila has said, he's ready to fish out the good and the bad eggs. Let's hope he's right this time, as the probe will definitely continue. We'll keep you posted as things unfold, because I honestly know that the drama is taking a different turn. Let's see how it goes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more updates on this and much more. Have a